Hi, now we are going to see about the forest ecosystem. Tall and dense trees support animals, birds, and tribal peoples forest. The forest they are receiving high rainfall, and then forests cover nearly 40% of the world land. There are different types of forest ecosystems are available. The first one is the tropical rainforest, tropical deciduous forest, and then third one is the tropical scrub forest, fourth one is the temperate rainforest, and then fifth one is the temperate deciduous forest. First, we are going to see about the features of different types of forest. First one we are going to see about the tropical rainforest. It found near the equator, and there will be high temperature. We can find trees like teak, sandal, and then animals like lion, tiger, and monkeys. Then next we are going to see about the tropical deciduous forest. They found in little away from the equator. The climate always will be warm, and then rain we can get only in the monsoon season. We can find maple tree, oak, and then hickory trees we can find over there. And then the animals like tea box will be there. And then next we are going to see about the tropical forest. They are in dry climate, and the trees like herbs and small deciduous trees will be grown there, and the animals deer and fox we can find over there. And then next one is the temperate rainforest. This kind of forest we can found in the temperate area with adequate rainfall. And then here we can find the trees like pine tree, redwood tree. Then animals like squirrel, fox, and cats, bear we can find over there. And then next one, temperature deciduous forest. This kind of forest we can find in the area with moderate temperature, and then we can see oak, hickory trees we can see there, and then deer, fox, and bear. These are the animals which live in the temperature deciduous forest. Now let us see the characteristic. It is characterized by the warm temperature and adequate rainfall. The forest maintain the climate and rainfall habitat, and then the forest will be the habitat for wild animals. It protects biodiversity. The soil in the forest is rich in nutrients, support growth of trees. And then light is poor inside the forest, therefore the conversion of organic matter into a nutrient is very fast. Now let us see the structure and function of forest ecosystem. First one, abiotic and biotic forms the structures of the forest. First one we are going to see about the abiotic: temperature, light, rainfall, minerals, inorganic and organic substance found in the soil. Biotic components, and the first one is the producer. Here the trees, herbs, plants, these are the producer over there. The plants absorb the sunlight and produce food through the photosynthesis. And second one is the consumer, the primary consumer. Here the primary consumer is the herbivores like ants, flies, insects. These get food from the producer, and then the secondary consumer is the primary carnivores. Here the secondary consumers are birds, and then snakes. This will feed by the ant and flies. And then tertiary consumers are tiger, lion. They depend on the primary carnivores for their food. Then last one is the decomposer. Here the bacteria and fungi are the example for the decomposer. They decompose the dead plant and animal matter. Decomposition rate is high in the tropical forest and low in the temperature forest. Now let us see the grassland ecosystem. The grassland occupies 20% of the earth's surface. Some trees, herbs are also present in the grassland ecosystem. Overgrazing leads to the desertification. Now let us see the types of the grassland. There are three types. One is the tropical grassland, temperate grassland, and polar grassland. First one is the tropical grassland. It found near the tropical rainforest. It has the high temperature. It is also known as the savanna. The tall trees with tall shrubs. Here we can find zebra, giraffe, antelopes like animal will be there in the tropical grassland. And then in the temperate grassland, this kind of grassland we can find in the centers of the continent, and then we can find in the slopes of hills. Here very cold, the winters are very cold, and then the summers are too hot. The shrubs and trees are not grown in this climate. And then third one is the polar grassland. It can be found in the Arctic polar region. And then cold and strong winds with ice and snow will be there in the polar grassland. In summer, several small annual plants will grow there. Then animals like Arctic fox will be there in the polar grassland. Now let us see the characteristic of the grassland ecosystem. Plain land occupied by the grasses is referred as the grassland. Soil is here the soil is the very rich in nutrient and organic matter. It is ideal place for the grazing animals, and then it is characterized by the uneven rainfall. And then now let us see the structure of the grassland ecosystem. Always the abiotic and biotic will form the structure and functions of the grassland ecosystem. Now let us see the abiotic. Here the nutrient, that is carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, are referred as the abiotic. These abiotic compounds are supplied by the carbon dioxide, H2O, nitrates, phosphate and sulfates. And then next we are going to see about the biotic components. Here the producer is the grass and shrubs. They produce food through the photosynthesis. Next we are going to see about the consumer. They are consuming food from the producer. The consumer are in the they are in the four states. So first one is the primary consumer, second one is the secondary consumer, third one is the tertiary consumer, fourth one is the decomposer. The primary consumers are referred as the herbivores. They are getting food from the producer, that is cow, buffaloes. And then the secondary consumer we can say snakes and lizard as the example. They directly depend on the herbivores for their food. And then for tertiary consumer we can say eagle as the example. They depend on the primary carnivores for their food. And then the last one is the decomposer. For decomposer, the bacteria and fungi is the example. They decompose the dead plants and animal matter, and then they will get food from that.